It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the Mick Football Preview Week 3, presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy. Now, y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top ball games from the Mick. Matter of fact, we present all the ball games from the Mick. Now that we're in the inter squad play, we in the Mick play this week. Everybody's playing a Mick opponent. We only got 14 because only 8 teams in the Mick. So now, let's get right to it. First ball game, we got number 3, Carmel, going out to play Center Grove. Now here's the deal. Carmel coming to this joint 2-0, blasting boys right out the gate. My man John Hebert is putting in work out there. And Center Grove, unfortunately, is 0-2 right now. They struggling out the gate. The Warhorse has been struggling to get out the gate. Hey, get that done some help out there. They putting 8-9 in the box, containing the Warhorse, and it's been a problem for them. They came out the gate, started slow against Warren Central, lost that ball game 27-15. Then they end up losing last week, 31-9. The boys out at New Power. I thought they was going to have a cold last week. They came out there and put the work on these boys. Beat them 31-9. On the other side of the ball, Carmel, playing very disciplined football, 2-0. Beat the brakes off of Noblesville last weekend, 34-7. And in the first week, had a last-second win over Louisville Trinity, who was ranked number 1 in Kentucky last week. So, big props, big shouts to my man John Hebert putting in crazy work right now. I think that LeBron short suit is working for him. Now, here's the deal. This is a ball game, North versus South. It's gonna be huge. It's down there, Center Grove. The Warhorses got to get out the gate. Somebody run out there tonight and leave the gate open for that dog. Look, we got to see him run this weekend. But as disciplined as Carmel has played the first 2 ball games, the swag that they got right now, John Hebert and company got these boys playing with crazy confidence. I think Carmel goes down there, beats these boys. Unfortunately, Center Grove starts out 0-3. Hey, let's move on to the next piece. Now, we're going over to the east side of town. We got the Battle of Lawrence going on. Now, here's a contrast. The crazy thing about it, Lawrence North, who struggled last year, has gotten out the gate on boys early. They 2-0. Lawrence Central, brand new head coach over there, Rottenberg, they 0-2. The boys from Lawrence North went out to Richmond last week, put up 52 points, beat them 52-7. Blasted Perry Meridian first game out the gate, 64-7. They putting up crazy points. They got crazy swag over there. My man Pat Mallory is walking around in new Balenciagas. So now he gonna switch him up a little bit this week. He might run in there. He might have some psychedelic Balenciagas this weekend. I mean, keep your eyes on it. But when you run out of bounds, don't hit that done. Lawrence Central is struggling right now. They lost to Chatard last week, 34-20. Hey, they playing at the crib. Battle of Lawrence, you can take the doggone records and throw them out the window. But I'm going to keep it real all the way 100, whichever comes first. Right now, with the swag Pat Mallory and company playing with, I got to go with Pat Mallory, the Lawrence North, to beat these boys coming out the gate. Lawrence North starts the season off 3-0. Now, let's move on to the next piece. We got a huge one over on the west side of town. We got number 6, Ben Davis, goes over to play Pike. Now, both these teams coming to this ball game after a loss last week. They both 1-1. Ben Davis lost to Avon, number 2 Avon, 41-36 last week. That was a great ball game. It came down to whoever had the ball last. Neither defense had an answer. But Delbert Mims put in work. Ran all over the field, did his thing. Trent Gibson, quarterback. First 2 ball games, he 26 of 41, 389 yards. He is the catalyst for this offense. He can run the football. He can throw the football. On the other side of the ball, Pike 1-1. They lost to Fishers last week, 31-14. Junior quarterback Jason Graves, in 2 ball games is 28 of 47, 343 yards himself. He can get out the gate, can run the ball, right? And he also leads the team in rushes with 120 yards. So now that's the person they're gonna have to gang tackle that done because he all over the field. Richard Houston is topping the wide receivers with 9 catches, 128 yards. So now, which one of these ball clubs gonna show up to play? Pike playing at the crib, junior quarterback. Ben Davis is coming out. They've only lost one ball game in the last 15. So it's hard for me to bet against Ben Davis in a ball game like this, but Pike playing at the crib. But I gotta go with the love doctor to win this ball game. Hey, last week when I interviewed Coach Jason Simmons after the ball game, first thing he said after the game, even out in a loss, this is what I love about the kid. First thing he said after the ball game was, I love these kids. I love them because they continue to compete. They didn't give up. They played the game all the way through. So your nickname now, Coach, is the Love Doctor. So I got to go with the Love Doctor to upset Pike at the crib. Let's move on to the next piece. We got number 1, Warren Central, 2-0, going down to play number 8, North Central, 2-0. Now, this is the only game in the whole MIC that you got both teams are undefeated. So now, which is the real deal? Now, last week, I know you saw Warren Central went down to Louisville looking like the Oregon Ducks down there. These Ducks got a different uniform, different helmets every time you see them. They had the metallic gold face mask with the white helmet. Went down there with so much swag, got off the bus, got punched in the mouth. They were down 21-0 before you know it, dog. We thought they was going to be in trouble. But they came back, had crazy swag, didn't give up, came back in this ball game, beat Louisville Trinity 42-41. The incomparable David Bell put in work, game-winning touchdown at the end of the ball game. Jaden George went to work on these boys. The first 2 ball games of the season, Jaden George had already put up 489 yards of offense. David Bell, 10 catches, 180 yards in the first 2 ball games. Romeo Elliott. Now, let's stop right there. We got a warhorse down at Center Grove. They call him the warhorse because he running all over the place. But now we got Romeo Elliott went down to Louisville, popped these boys for 220 yards last week. He's already got in 2 ball games, 382 yards rushing. So we gonna start calling him Secretariat from the far east side. He about to start gambling. He gonna gallop on these boys. Hey, you gotta give him crazy props. They got crazy offense. Now, I will say this. We gotta give a super shout out to my man Justin Britt, who's out with an ACL injury. Praise God, he's already committed to Iowa. He already got that in the bag. So big shouts, Playboy. I hope you get better. Keep your head up. Do what you're doing. But I got to go with, you got to look over and see what North Central doing. North Central right now is 2-0. They beat HSC last week 31-13. They got crazy swagger right now. Hey, my man Frank Lucas over there running the show. Now, his name ain't Frank Lucas, but it's Kevin O'Shea. I call him Chinchilla O'Shea because he wear the top hat and the doggone chinchilla coat because he got so much swag. Liam Thompson putting in work on these boys. Trayvon Elliott putting in work on these boys. The question is, will they be able to hold a fort at the crib against the number 1 team in the state? Because without Justin Britt, the offensive line for Warren Central is going to be suspect at this point. Because this is a Division I offensive lineman. He's out. But so now, will they be able to take advantage of the fact that Justin Britt is out? I don't think so, bro. These boys from Warren Central putting in work. Until somebody beat them, I can't bet against them. Y'all remember the first game of the season? I bet against the Duns. They was going down to play the Warhorse in Center Grove. I bet against them. Now, I can't live it down because I figured they was going to go down there, hold the ball on them, run up and down the field, but the Warren Central defense is a monster right now. Defensive secondary been getting hit a little bit, but hey, for the most part, they doing work. So I'm going with Warren Central to win this ball game. My man Frank Lucas is still going to put in work. It should be a good ball game. Make sure you go see that one. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And also remember that this segment is presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.